I'm sure at this point most of us have already played or completed The Hatch, and now we're left wondering, how did Roblox mess this event up so horrendously? At the time I'm recording this, The Hatch is lying at a dismal 23% approval rating, a record low for Roblox. While some may blame the event's failing on the pre-drama, which no doubt definitely had an effect on it, I would say even without the pre-drama, this poor reception would have come out regardless given the poor design of this event. Let's talk about the game loop, or the lack thereof. So essentially, what we're expected to do is to go into one game, spend a few seconds to a couple minutes to find a random egg on the map, and then go into another game. And then the cycle continues until we eventually collected 100 unique eggs. Mind you, eggs that we cannot wear on our avatar, and eggs that we can get duplicates of. What does that mean? That means that even if we go through 100 games, it's still very well possible that we get duplicates, and you will likely get duplicates. Now sure, there are other ways to get eggs in this game, via trading or merging. However, you can't merge into a common egg, and trading can be a long process. I think they eventually added the whole egg drop thing as a response to the plainly boring and long process it takes to even get enough eggs from one world. Clearly, whoever thought about this gameplay structure did not look at it from the perspective of a player, having to go through many games, doing pretty much the same thing, looking around for an egg. It's not exactly interesting or innovative, it's just repetitive. I would say in terms of the rewards for getting all these eggs, while they don't look bad, they're definitely not what we asked for. Because remember, this event was advertised as a return to the egg hunts. However, we get random items that are vaguely egg themed, but are not exactly egg hats, which is, again, not what we asked for. And even if they were, they wouldn't be satisfying to collect given how repetitive and long the process is. What Roblox really doesn't seem to understand is that if a reward is not appealing nor satisfying to obtain, then it's not a good reward. Imagine if you had to walk in circles for 10 consecutive hours in order to obtain a sticky note that said, "Good job." The process to getting that would not only be unsatisfying, but the reward would not be worth the effort. And I think that encapsulates the rewards from this event. They're just not worth obtaining. And I think that gets to the point of, why didn't Roblox just copy the formula of previous egg hunts? Why did they feel the need to have 1,000 games? Why did they believe we'd find it fun to just walk around and collect eggs? There's pretty much no challenge to that, which devalues the rewards. All Roblox really had to do was copy the formula of the 2018 egg hunt and allow Twin Atlas, who created a great map for this event, give them the development time and money to create a fully fledged out world, and then add a bunch of challenges in those worlds to collect egg hat accessories. But no, they had to do something different. They had to do something flashy with the 1,000 games, likely only to appeal to investors. However, I think Roblox has eventually accepted that if they're not appealing to their players are gonna lose interest. You know, some people are perhaps jokingly saying that Roblox made the hatch bad to eliminate egg hunts for good. And while I don't necessarily believe that, I mean, you guys can give me your thoughts about that. However, I believe that Roblox is really just that incompetent, that they would make no effort to listen to players and continue to give us events that we never asked for. It's just like with the haunt. No one asked for a screenshot event, if you could call it that. Now I want to transition to Roblox's problem in their current event philosophy. When it comes to the other events like the hunt and the games, there was a serious problem, and there is still a serious problem, with the quality of the games that are allowed into the event, and the quality of the event content in those games. Well, that was less of a problem with the hatch because, well, you're just collecting an egg. The quality of the game doesn't really change much. However, this does become a problem when it came to the hunt and the games when there was serious inconsistency with the quality of the event content. What this has also allowed is for exploitative developers to take advantage of Roblox not having a quality insurance for these events to weaponize these events as means to monetize and to siphon playtime. You saw that with practices like progress barring event content, making event content easier if you purchase microtransactions, making event content take an egregious amount of time to complete, as well as passing off just normal content as event content, just as things with quests that require you just to play the game. That's not really an event, that's just advertising your game. And while yes, this wasn't really a problem with the Hatch, the fact that the Hatch invited 1,000 mostly low quality games, it shows a pattern of Roblox not caring about testing their games. You would not add 1,000 games to an event if you were serious about quality assurance. It's just a problem waiting to happen. Now, how does Roblox fix all these problems? 1. Start listening to players instead of investors. That's pretty easy. 2. Actually have a quality assurance standard for games wanting to participate in your events. I don't think that's too much to ask for, and I assume that you did for the Hunt Mega Edition, which was likely because you had less games, which I would also recommend, because the less games you have, the easier it is to ensure that they have good event content. And free, which you may not like, but perhaps it's time to stop relying on developers to create event content. Perhaps give more time and money, again, to Twin Atlas, or some other Roblox team who can create a larger Roblox event with its own content and challenges. Of course, that would be effort. I don't know if Roblox is up to it. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments below what you think about this event. Anyways, I've been Nalif, and have a blessed day.